Hey everyone, welcome back to Let's Play Oblivion Quest Mods. So for this video we're gonna go through some sort of resolutions to different characters and get some extra information on certain things. So gonna do Ocean's Elysium, get the aftermath for Persuasion, and Hushing an Anxious Kitten. Also some stuff with Teshekru. So, enjoy. So, before we go and do the mania side of things, I figured I'd find that cave. The secret hideout for the Mariner. Anticipation of do your history homework. Girovve's murderer. Eternal rest disturbed? No, I won't. Separated sparkle life. Two Ruby brothers drinking liquor. Where everything is true. The riddle is supposed to be secret for a reason. Oh dear. Thanks to you, I didn't starve, so I'm just gonna say one thing. It's describing one place. Additionally, in each part describing a place where there's a direction given. 4 places are described, not 1. 4 places. If you mark them on your map, draw lines between them, you'll find it. It's a dangerous place to go, at least for me. Well, if you find it, you've earned it, so good luck.
Goodbye.
So she's not really willing to help us, but she told us sort of how to find it. Let's see. Yeah, let's go to Mirindin. I didn't ask Ahtize the questions.
Well,
so anticipation. This one where I can help you with a bit at least. Var was likely murdered by the false tribunal gods. One of them must have done the final strike. Each of them declares a Daedric prince to his or her anticipation. One of them is Mentir, a Daedric statue, therefore. Boethia, Azura, Mathala. One of them is meant, I'm sure of it. Eternal King's name? Orgnum. I already told you this. Don't you listen, or do you have water in your ears? Eternal rest disturbed, desecrated graveyard. There's just too much in Cyrodiil. This isn't any help, I fear. Separated sparkle of life. Don't have any idea. 2 ruby. I don't have never heard of a ruby mine in Cyrodiil or something. As I've said, it describes one place. Quite hard to decrypt what place it is, don't you think?
Bye.
So. You've come to visit us in our little outpost. Now that's nice. We unfortunately don't have much to offer you, as you surely have noticed. Thanks to you, we now have spell making and chanting altars, but you've also got a set in your towers. Though, of course, we could also use the guild guy. Considering that Kara Shivio also insisted on a teleportation pad between your tower and Mirindin, that may not see much use, though. Oh. Thinking about Kara, there's something which makes me uneasy, though I don't want to bother you with it. Uneasy? Yes, see, I was visiting Mirindin once or twice, and it's a bit hard to describe. There's a certain tension. I'm guessing both Tesser and Zerashu are using the training dummy to not go at each other's throats. Oriel and Maskin, after all. They're working to overcome their differences, at least. Not so much 2 other members that have a certain tension between them. Kara and Jobella. Kara and Jobella? Yes, then. Jobella is still terribly afraid of Kara, and I've got the impression that Kara isn't too happy about this. I even got the feeling that she's a bit hurt by this. So I think it would be great if something would be done to help them overcoming Jobella's fear. Should overcome fear themselves. Why do you care? How can I help them? Oh, that's easy. I've already talked with Karshibio, and she wanted to put together a gift hamper for Yobella to show her good intentions. Unfortunately, I've got the feeling that Kara gave up on this, or at least didn't find the right presents. So just go to her and help her a bit. Should be easy. After all, they're both friends of Mir. Well, if not friends, then at least you've worked with a lot of them. Anyway, don't talk with Yobella about it. This would ruin the surprise. Hushing an anxious kitten. So yeah, there's a quest to make Yobella feel more comfortable. And you get that quest if you talk to that person in the outpost. Trying to find these Marimer. Congratulations for having your city finally finished. It's nice to have all these new people around, and a couple more places to visit. Your tower is adorable. I've got to deliver a message, though. In our former home, it's custom that the ruler holds a staff. In Merendin awaits one made for you, well, two, but the other one will be used to defend Merendin if the need arises. One was made by Zereshu, the Staff of Midnight. It's infused with the strengths of our magics, a powerful and terrible weapon. The other staff is a useless glitter named the Staff of Daylight, made by some golden saint.
Take care.
So yeah, I think if you talk to one of the guards, I think either her or maybe someone else as well, they tell you about the staff, and then you go to Merendin to get it. Oh. So here's Girovve.
A pleasure.
Anticipation. Tribunal. Sounds like necromancy. Two Ruby brothers drinking liqueur. Ruby brothers, Red brothers. What's red? Slave to ruler? Sounds like Elysium. Now this could make a great painting. That novel. So she thinks it's Elysia.
I hope I can
read. So, Eternal Rest, Desecrated Graveyard, or a memorial. Place fallen into darkness. Doesn't this fit Sancrator? I've read about it. So yeah, I think each one has one hint that they actually have useful information for.
There's an arrow.
Okay, and now
it's my
Duygu. Eternal Rest. Separated Sparkle of Life. If I had written it, and luckily I haven't, I could imagine that it's about water. Separated, a lake once being part of a river, but not anymore. That's my guess. Heard of it? No idea. So that should be all the clues. So, Ocean's Elysium. Place of refuge near the center of the wheel, a place where everything is true. Where the circle is reborn, a sparkle of life separated from the host of its body. Where the whole stands highest, solace that became a place of eternal disturbed. Where the circle is broken, one of two Ruby brothers is drinking dusk liqueur. At his feet, the slave to ruler holds court. So we have Fort Elysia. I think the Vermina Shrine with the lake there, and I'm not sure if I found Mafala and Azura and all that yet. Oh, here's Mafala. So yeah, there's the circle, and you got the lake, and Fort Elysia, and then Sancretor way up here. So if you create a line from all those places, so you go from like here to here to here, it all sort of circles around here, sort of lines up right in this area. So let's check it out. Okay, so here it is, this big giant rock. And it is basically, yeah, right off of the lake here, the Vermina Shrine. So got Fort Elysia, Vermina Shrine, Mafala Shrine, and Sancretor way over here. Yeah, it's right next to the Wellspring Cave, Fort Magia, Imperial City. So, and if you find it early, you can't come in because you don't know the password yet. You need the book for the password. There we go.
There's an air of mysticism about you.
Oh, a visitor. How interesting. You should speak with Shiva. Now this was unexpected. Our last arrivals didn't think another one would arrive so soon after them. So, through your presence, I presume that you're either in league with the Mariner or their friend. It's a long story. Then tell me. We don't get many news around here. I know Ahtize, a stranded Mariner. This name sounds familiar. One of the twins mentioned it. You're a friend of her. What happened to her? Found her a place in Cyrodiil. Another one, except here. Odd. Tell me more. What place is it? Mirandin, Stranded Light, Daedra. I heard rumors, but couldn't believe them. Quite an interesting development, although you could say that we here antedated it. Not on this large scale, although you've found this little sanctuary, you're free to come and go as you please. Of course, this is no prison. Nevertheless, I urge you to keep the location hidden, even from your friend Ahtize. You know how near we are to the Imperial City. If anyone finds out about us, about here, it will endanger a lot of lives, so just keep quiet, alright? And now, enjoy your stay. Want to join the Stranded Light? Ah yes, I've heard of them. I support their views and their actions. They do a lot of good for both mortals and Daedra alike. In a way, you could consider me to be a kind of precursor to them, so why not join them? Alright. Zivile was sword, a memory of someone very, very dear to me. Without her, I don't know what would have become of me. However, I haven't heard of her for ages, which worries me. As I came here, I gladly left everything behind. Everything except her. Ocean's Elysium, surprised about my presence? I was in this cave long before any sea elf found refuge here. It's my cave. Live and let live has always been my motto. No need for violence. This place is big enough for everyone passing by. Additionally, the Meromer won't run to the nearest so-called guard or hero. I hope you will act likewise. We harm no one, just leave the place in peace, and you'll be welcome in peace. Haven't you heard? Elysium stormed Sirad with the army and has overthrown her former alien masters. What do you mean that happened several thousand years ago? It was the last event I took part in. Background. I'm Shiva. This is my cave. Bring no harm, and no harm will be done to you.
It's my...
Ocean's Elysium? Don't ask. What a mess. My twin sister and I were caught in a shipwreck. Well, yes, we wanted to dive home. The way proved to be way too long, so we had to come here for a while. Better than dying on sea. And I did mention that some crazy cannibals tried to eat us on our way here. Funnily, the only reason for us to go on land was to find something to eat. So we had to get out of the forest and stumbled into a desert. We nearly died of thirst and dehydration. Oh, and cats as big as houses hunted after us. We can't believe how relieved we were as we reached the Nibbin. Really, how do the people survive on this continent? Unbelievable. Rumors here? Yes, I know it's a long dive to come here. That's why it's important to have means to breathe underwater. Otherwise, your head may be damaged from the lack of air. However, I have the feeling my advice comes too late.
Farewell.
Yes, no rumors. Just a lost one.
It's my...
So I think you can
Goodbye.
teleport here anytime now. Yeah. And sometimes they sell stuff.
It's my... Bye.
And I think it's just those three. Ah, here's another one.
Well...
I'm guessing
Easy.
she sells stolen goods. Or buys them. That's 1, 2, 3. 3 beds. That's a bedroll. Let's go to Anvil. So yeah, Tiridar has her island, Ahtize has Merendin, but Erriallus never got a home, so let's give him one. And yeah, I think I messed him up earlier when I teleported him to Merendin. So if you have to, do player.move to 4603 EB73. The 46 will be different. Because right now he's in Valenwood.
Well met.
Ocean's Elite. Interesting. You found out where it is? I feared it had collapsed or has been raided by Somerset's sycophants. Oh, see you there. Come for a visit. So yeah, the quest was already completed, but Erriallus was happy to hear that the Elysium still exists and moved in there, to finally being out of the water. So see, now you got Elysium. I think we still don't have the Sanctuary because it has to do with the Art Guild. But let's go to Mirandin. So later on you can do the... You can get another quest from Erriallus or someone else in there.
Go ahead.
To get a sword.
Come to bother me with a war story, red card.
So let's talk to Kara about hushing the anxious kitten.
To you.
Yes. Gift hamper for Jobella. I knew it was a mistake speaking about it with Beramkne. As soon as I had opened my mouth, happy fluffy Lanixia was even worse than the ilk of Yulaza. Yeah. Now that you know about it, you can at least help me with it. I want to put a few presents together for her, but I can't just go and interrogate or ask her about everything. So you're going to tell me what I need to know. First of all, I want to give her something from her home. Where's she from? Oh no. I thought I'd be able to do some research. But yeah, she's from Hammerfell, from Sentinel in Hammerfell. Alright then, next thing. Books. Yes, she's a mage. She tries to read a lot, therefore I like to get her a book or two. First one's about magic. What do you think? Which of them would fit? Response to Barrow Speech, Black Arts on Trial, Mysticism, The Unfathomable Voyage, or Magic from the Sky? So this is Necromancy, Mysticism, Aliens. I'm not sure what this one is right, but it's the one that she likes the most. Response to Barrow Speech. Alright then, let's talk about another book. Another book? Why yes, of course. Now something of which I can show that mortal affairs and species aren't completely uninteresting for me. A book about Khajiit, or starring a Khajiit hero or something. How about one of these? The Real Baron Zaya, Words of Clan Mother Anasai, Cherem's Heart of Anikana, or Azir Tajibzaraja. This one is about the Rinrija Kren, so she doesn't like that. Don't know about that one. And this one, she doesn't like that it's censored. Words of Clan Mother Anasai. Alright, what's the next one? Ah, an autograph. An autograph of me? No, of course not. One of a famous Ohm's Wraith she isn't likely to ever meet. Well, not in the coming years, while she's helping us here at least. So which one it may be? Masamdar, Ravendri, Mamaria, Aetherian. So she doesn't know this person. She doesn't like that Mamaria takes off her clothes, and this one is a sucky pard. So, Ravendri. Alright, I'll gather it. Better said, I'm going to send some of the applicants of our guild to do so. They need a bit of movement either way. So then, now, how about a girl's best friend? Girl's best friend? An amulet with some nice gems, of course. No, of course that's not what it's about. Something to protect her. A nice enchanted thing. If only I knew what to get her. Firewalking, North, Storms, or Viper. So, you might remember she died if you side with the Rinrija Kren because she got poisoned. So yeah, Ohm's Wraith are very susceptible to poison. So, Amulet of the Viper. Alright then, now the last part. A toy. A toy. Yes, she certainly doesn't seem to be too old for this. Not that I'm the best one to judge this. Mortal lives tend to be so short. One day they're short little animals crawling around, next day they try to poke you with sticks, and the next day their entrails are decorating the walls of your cave. Anyway, Berm told me that someone in Mir Corrup has teddy bears. Get her one. The color is your choice. Bring it to me first. Understood? Good.
What's new with you?
I ran into some goblins in the woods.
Now I need to find a teddy bear in Mir Corrup. Blue, Alright, teddy bear. Oh, I'm sure I've seen someone having a few of them. I even managed to get one. Here, you can take it. It's a blue one. Not everyone likes blue, though. Well, their loss. I'm going to get a new one once I figure out who had them. I'll know it when I see the mortal. I'm sure. Oh well, you've got one now, so it shouldn't matter. Blue is the most beautiful color anyways. Alright, so... She actually doesn't like blue, or it's not the best choice.
Ask, and I will listen.
So let's look around for some teddy bears to steal. Actually, I think I have stolen some before. Yeah, I have a panda. And I already stole 2 blue ones. Yeah, she gives all the couriers. Fishmer.
Goodbye.
Have you heard? Apparently in the Imperial City, some orc working for the Mages Guild moved in with some frail elf. And people say I'm weird. Quest updated.
Be seeing you.
So yeah, that's what happens.
There's an air of mysticism about you.
If you convince them to...
Greetings to you.
If you convince them to stay in the Imperial City.
Heard it.
602 silver longswords. Here's the other one. Your city is finished, and I salute you. Tesser wanted me to let you know that it's an old tradition of the Shivering Isles to give rulers a staff. There is one waiting for you in Marin. 2, actually. You've only got 1, though. The other will be used for Mirandin. The one was crafted by Kane, the mighty Staff of Daylight, pinnacle of Oriole enchantments. The other, made by Dark Seducer, is the useless toy called the Staff of Midnight. Don't bother with it.
Take care.
Honored one.
Take care.
So let's try the blue one. Teddy bear. I've got a blue teddy. Really great. Then the gift hamper is complete, and there's only one thing left to do. What's left to do? You're going to give Jobella the presents, of course. Should be obvious. Alright. So you'd think blue would be her favorite color. She's always wearing it. Present from Kara Shivio for you. Presents for me? That's nice. From Kara, you say? Why? She's scary. Let me have a look. First, about your home. Oh, Hammerfell. Not everything was bad in Sentinel. Oh no, I miss it from time to time. At least I've got something to remind me of it now. Then there's a book about magic. Oh, response to Barrow's speech? A very, very true book. And now a book about Khajiit. Oh, I always wanted to have my own edition. That's nice. And here's an autograph. Ravendry, she's famous, fabulous. She helped to overcome the Soothsay decree. I'm so glad to have something from her. Many thanks. And an enchanted amulet. Poisons are very dangerous for Ohm's Wraith. Kara really seems to care about my well-being. I'm surprised. At last, a teddy bear. It's blue. Strange color. Kind of cute. What do you think? Correspondence really has put a lot of thought into the presents. Jobella is really happy. Some of the gifts Jobella wished for months. And maybe, just maybe, I have misjudged Kara. The Exhibile seems to care. Strange. Something that needs to be thought about. So yeah, I don't think the blue teddy bear is the right choice or the perfect choice, but it works. Because I think some of them, there's 6 dialogue choices and you need at least 12 points, so I think some of them give like 2 or 3 points depending on how much it fits, how right it is. What do you want? Jobella loved her gifts, so we finally got to her. Good news. So there's at least 2 ways to a mortal's heart. Presence and the direct truth, which would have been kind of messy. Oh well. If she stops acting like if I'm about to make some Ohm's Wraith cake, then it was worth the hassle, don't you think? You get no reward. Well, if you go back to Beramkne, then she gives you a flawless sapphire. Jobella. That would be me. I'm beginning to get used to the place. It took me some time, but now I begin to feel at home. It's just so different than the Mages Guild and Sentinel. And I also think this place offers me some great chances. I mean, I'm helping one of the newest, yet still most influential guilds in the country. This just has to look good on my Vita. I was scared at first, but now I think my fears weren't all justified. The Daedra are strange, sometimes even scary. Not dangerous, even if some of them don't seem to admit this. Kara, she's not what she appears to be, so scary looking, but it seems she has a genuine interest in the feelings and well-beings of her roommates. Maybe I have misjudged her. She's scary, maybe only to scare others away. I don't know, though I feel I don't need to be afraid of her much. Miranda. As I arrived in Cyrodiil, I heard where I have to go. I was shocked. I didn't turn out so bad as I had feared. It's a great opportunity to learn, far more than hearing lectures at the Arcane University. After all, in here, new knowledge can be found by living with the Daedra. That is research, not reading through moldy tomes. I know it was a prank that brought me here, but it did backfire. So let's talk to Tesser. Jobella, our local guild guide, a Khajiit from the Lilac Bay. I am happy to say that she has finally warmed up and is accepting this place for what it is. A great opportunity for her to learn, to make a name. At first she was very afraid. It's changing now, slowly. That's good. It kind of hurt to see herself being a constant fear of Kara and the others. I'm glad that this is over now. It was about time. All females. She's more of a helper. Can cause mischief. Yeah, I'm sure there's one about Mir Corrup and how there's males there. It's just there's so many generic lines for that. Yeah, few members. We even have our own city. Can't say the same about any other guild in Cyrodiil. So, staff from Mir Corrup's ruler. You've received my message. Great. I intended to give you the staff as I named you Countess. Unfortunately, neither one was finished. It was delayed a bit. Both Zerushu and Kane worked on the staffs. One intended to be given to you, the other put into defense. Miranda, the choice is yours. I'll do midnight. A twisted invention that only came forth from the mind of a masculine. Forged by Zerushu, it creates intense coldness and heat at the same time. Additionally, it enhances gravity greatly for a split second. That doesn't convince me. Tell me about the Staff of Daylight. It's a weapon made by Arcane, infused with very destructive enchantments. In addition to shooting a lightning hot enough to burn flesh, it also nullifies gravity for a split second. I'll go with Midnight. Sounds great, I'll take it. It's your choice. May it shroud your enemies in darkness. So, frost damage 20, fire damage 10, script effect, weakness to magicka, and soul trap. That's nice. You've taken Zerashu's staff? Well, your choice. Not one I would endorse. At least we're going to use my staff here in Mirindin then. If the need arises, it will serve us better either way.
Bye.
Sure, Zerashu too. You've chosen my staff, a good decision. It will serve you well.
Good day.
Let's finish off by checking in on Teshekru. Where'd you go?
There's an air of mysticism about it. I hope I can.
My companion. How do you feel? Very good. Not being in Mirindin does this to me. So thank you for granting me a place at your side. I'm very, very happy about this. Our future, what do you think? The reason I don't weep about my loss of Shade Perilous anymore. Do I need to say more? Yeah, I think it's all generic. What do you think of your new home? I can spend hours walking through these halls. There is so much to explore, to enjoy. I could watch the fishes for hours, smell like flowers I've never seen before, or sit in a room full of flames. Very, very interesting. Anything I can do? Yes, I fear there is something. A very small and easy test, which is nevertheless very dangerous. Well, not dangerous if you know what to expect. Do you remember who helped in freeing me? I don't even dare muttering a name, just in case Kara just decides to visit, you know? I never had a chance to thank her for bringing you on the path that led to my freedom and our meeting. Please bring her this letter. Be very careful around her. I draw sustenance from strawberries and oranges, she from more or less willing lovers. Do not let her touch you, kiss you, or worst of all, sleep with you. This could be your undoing. Just deliver the letter, get her answer, and come back, will you? Okay.
Well, man.
Anything else? What do you think of Mir Corrup? Very interesting trophy room you have here. Hot. And I mean hot. There's fires alone. You can bathe in their heat. I love it. Want to tear my clothes from my body though. Oh, I shouldn't dwell on it. So yeah, it's 6:58 p.m. on a weekday. So the Dremora female in Mir Corrup, she offers you lessons for how to read Daedric. You could use that or talk to Kara. I don't know. Yeah, Teshekru's note, because she writes it in Daedric. So you could talk to Kara and then talk to Turumerin and then come back to Kara again to get a translation of that note. Teshekru's correspondence. Oh, I see your trust in this Daedric seducer is not as deep as I had expected. That's a good sign. Maybe you're not lost. Of course there's something fishy. She wouldn't have written in Daedric letters if she hadn't have anything to hide. Let me see. Snatches the letter from me, looks over the lines. Ah, it's just a thank you, and a question of how to bind someone to her, so he or she may not escape her clutches. How nice. I think that answers will be very interesting, don't you think? She didn't give an answer. I mean, she didn't give a translation. Bliss. So, Turumerin. What? That doesn't make sense. I know about a certain correspondence. So what? I don't make a secret about what I am and what I do. Grow up, really. When in doubt, I can help with it. Teshekru's correspondence. You've brought me a letter? How nice of you. Turumerin takes the letter, looks through it, and writes in an answer. Due to the light in the 19th Forge, you're not sure if she's writing on paper or on human skin. Here, take it. Now off with you. Run along and have fun. Or stay and have even more fun. This could delay the letter's delivery, though. Better bring it back first. So, Teshekru's note was removed, and we got a response.
Hail!
Something I can do for you?
Way shrines of the Nine in the wilderness.
What? You've met the Exivalent fantasy. I guess you can imagine what the world awaits. An invasion not only by them, but by all forces of neighboring Stagon. What?
Farewell.
There's an air of mysticism about you.
Hello.
Did I kill
Well met.
the...
Read any good
I'm
books lately?
confused.
I was given the legendary
A pleasure.
I think the dialogue bugged out and it thought that I was doing the background for the very first quest. Backdoor. I was about to say, does Kara actually go to Mir Corrup? Teshekru's correspondence. Now what would old, lonely Turumerin tell poor old Teshekru? Very fishy. I'll take a look. Oh dear, this is really bad. It's an answer to a question of how to bind someone to her. She doesn't answer, but she shares something like, gorge on their life until they yearn for their life in you. Think about it. Oh, or my favorite, it's about you. The meal I've given you as a present is still undigested. That's a shame. Every time it walks in my domain, I can smell the richness of its life, and I long to devour it. At least she's honest about her kind. See, you know the hunger, even if you try to hide it. You cannot dispute or deny what you are, what we are. You are a fool if you do so. Any more questions? No. Great. Thought so. I'm sorry, but I was never good at telling bad news. Wish I had something better to say. At least you know the truth now. Okay, time to go kill Teshekru. Oh, there she is. Yeah, sometimes she goes outside.
It's my pleasure.
I know about a certain correspondence. Please trust me. I cannot share the contents of the letters with you yet. I know what you're likely not trusting the whole happened, due to your knowledge of Turumerin. Please, trust me, not her. It was more about a test, getting to know her intentions and freeing me either way. So please, don't take anything in them serious. It's more of a personal mystery I'm investigating. That Turumerin is dangerous and spreads dangerous ideas is something I told you about before. Teshekru's correspondence, you got the answers, many things. I'm sorry, I cannot yet share with you the contents of these letters. I will though, promise. Just trust me. I'm not like Turumerin. Never was, never will be. I already went through everything. More corrupt. Better living in Mir Corrup than in Morentin, don't you think? I like the place, always have so. And now I cannot fail to notice that the stranded light achieved. Not all was corrupting and in vain. And then, don't spoil my mood by mentioning that place. I'm happy to be out of it for once. I know I have to go back to there. Now, I'm not there, and that's all that counts. Oh, and there's new ones for the Mir Corrup people. Tell me about Teshekru. Are you serious? I'm living with you, in your tower. I've even took the liberty to seize your bedroom for me. Of course, you're still very allowed to join me there so we can talk, or dine. Change anything. Yeah. No wonder she can't see blood anymore. She hates Grane. And Beramkne, the blue exhibit, how rare. Her kind serving Azura is rare. I guess she's alright. At least she had nothing to do with battle spying and stuff. Christ. False god. Accepting silver swords. Mina's quagmire. Valeria. Why doesn't she receive the same reaction as her former friends do? Turumerin, Verjeka, and Valeria. They did some horrible things. After all, she was, for a very long time, a servant of Sanguine. No murderer like Turumerin or Verjeka, but still. She did her part in destabilizing the world. And now she's got her own tavern in Mir Corrup, while I'm stuck here, and I did never anything even close to her actions. I mean, technically you're in Mir Corrup too, living in a giant tower. That's a tree. That's the tower.
Go ahead, I'm listening. They say that Oblivion Gates have opened outside cities all across Tamriel.
His bed's gone.
Well met.
Stranded like cool.
A pleasure to...
Imperial City. Why are you asking? I'm happily living here, especially since I've finally found a place to live. Can't believe how expensive it was just about everywhere. Luckily, we met that cat girl in his favorite pub. I'm still here to teleport you around, so no worries. And thanks for helping me again.
You too.
Hello, guildmate.
So I'm guessing she has a shack in the waterfront district.
What is it, citizen?